Good morning and welcome to a new Garage of Dad. And following on from my last video, I'm going to have a look at the EGR valve on the Renault Trafic, and this would decide on whether I buy this vehicle or not, because if it's not the EGR valve, it's probably an injector, and that's something I don't want to get involved with. So I'm starting up from cold here, and I'll just see what lights pop on and just see, one, if it'll start, and two, what it sounds like when it does start. When I tried to turn the ignition on there, the lights kept flickering and the alarm wasn't sounding, but it was beeping, and I wonder what was going on. But yesterday we were in at the battery terminals and I was trying to clean them a little bit from the top, so maybe I've dislodged something here or there's a bad connection, but I'm going to clean all these and make sure they're okay before I progress any further. That's all the terminals cleaned, all put back together, so we'll see if we've got an ignition, which we have. So I'll start it now and you can hear exactly what it's doing and what lights are going on and what lights are coming off. So you can hear how rough it is. We've got the service light flashes and the glow plug light stays on. And we'll go around the front. And you can hear and you can see how rough it's idling, and that to me it really sounds like an injector. So I'm going to check the EGR valve anyway, which is an easy fix, and once that's cleaned and running fine again, I'm going to see how it starts and how it runs after that, and I'll put the code reader on again, and if the same codes are there, then to be honest, I'm a wee bit snookered. I don't really want to do an injector, and in that case I probably won't purchase the van. Now if it's EGR valve, I'm going to take the whole of the front end off to get to the EGR valve. There's videos out there showing you how to do it, really good videos, and I'll put a link into the description below of somebody who's actually already done that. But once I've got the front end off, I can get to the EGR valve. I'll take that off and clean it, put it all back together and start it up and just see what it's like basically. Before I do anything, I'm just going to replace the diesel filter. So I just had a wee thought, if it's contaminated or if there's water in the diesel or in the filter, then that would explain, why it's running rough with low power. So I'll give that a go first. So I can't see any water in the diesel, just hold it up to the light. So we'll get the filter out and have a look at that. Tighten that up, slacken that off again, and as you're pumping it, just tighten it. Yeah, there's diesel in there. Squeeze all that's tight, get that out of there. There you go, I've got the whole front end off, and I've got into the EGR valve, and the worst screws to get out are the two down in here, but I've got them, and that's it ready to come out. So we'll just whack it out, and it's really mucky and oily in there, and it is a bit dirty in there, so I'll clean that out. I'll take this part off here, and I'll get to it from both sides, and I'll clean the whole thing out. So I've got it out here, and you can have a look in here, and it's absolutely caked in carbon and oil deposits. So I'll clean all this up, carb cleaner, the whole unit in fact, and round in here as well, and just put it all back together and see if that works. Right, I've got it to a point now where I can start it and see what's going to happen. I decided just to strip the front end and clean the EGR valve anyway, because I had to go up to a local motor factors for a fuel filter, and I couldn't get my van out earlier on this afternoon. So I've got it to this stage. It's going to get dark soon, but I'm quite eager to see if it'll start. And if it does conk out, it's just that there'll be a little bit air in the diesel system. So let's see what it's like. And the answer is just the same. So it's not the EGR valve. So the only other thing that it could be really is the glow plugs. Somebody suggested that there could be water in the fuel, and I know he's run a lot of DPF cleaner and Red X through it, so maybe that's got something to do with it. But it's still running quite rough there, which I'm not happy about. And I don't have the fault detection software or equipment to find out, you know, a bit more if it's the injector or the glow plugs. I'm just not sure about it. So I'm going to let it run for a minute and just see how it goes. After letting it sit idle for quite a while, I ran my diagnostics through it again, just to see what codes it would ping up. And the EGR valve code is gone, which is good, after cleaning the EGR valve. But the glow P0380, which is glow plug circuit A malfunction, and P0201 injector 1 circuit malfunction. So those codes, I'll take the old specs off. So those codes unfortunately might mean that there's either a problem with the glow plugs or number 1 injector, and that's an area that I don't really want to get involved with. I'll go inside and I'll do a little bit of research on the internet to see if I can come up with anything. I've come in and I've had a look at the codes online, and P0380 is basically a glow plug. So it's either one glow plug or it could be all 4 glow plugs. And P0201 is a fuel injector, and it's basically a faulty fuel injector, and in my case it says it's fuel injector number 1. So to be honest, I don't really fancy pulling out any injectors, because you need a specialist bit of kit, and even at that, well, the kit is actually about 600 quid, but there is another kit that you can buy for about 100 quid, but it's not guaranteed to come out and you might burst it on the way out. So to be absolutely honest, it's a job I don't really want to do, and it's such a shame because it's such a good van, but I'm just going to have to let this one go. So later on that evening, with the permission of the owner, we put it on Facebook Marketplace, and within 5 minutes we got notification of somebody wanted to come down and have a look at it and basically wanted to buy it, and after a little bit of haggling, off it went to its new owners. And since then they've actually sorted out the injectors, the glow plugs, and put a new gearbox and clutch into it, and have since sold it on. So thanks for watching. It's just a shame that I couldn't do much with it, but there'll always be another van, and we'll see you very soon with another video.